August 29, 1997, 3 p.m. Sardinia, Italy. Princess Diana stood on the deck of Mohammed Al Fayed's yacht, the Jonical. She was staring at the horizon, her face troubled. Dodi approached from behind, wrapped his arms around her. "What are you thinking about?" Diana didn't turn around. "I want to go home. I need to see my boys." Dodi kissed her neck. "Just one more day. We'll go to Paris tomorrow, then home." Diana nodded, but something felt wrong, heavy, like a weight pressing on her chest. She told her friend later that day, "I have this terrible feeling, like something bad is going to happen." Less than 24 hours later, Diana would be dead. This is the story of her final day, the last choices, the final moments, the hours before everything ended. To understand Diana's last 24 hours, you need to understand her state of mind. She'd been on the Mediterranean for weeks, with Dodi, on yachts, in hotels, hiding from paparazzi. It had been romantic at first, exciting, an escape. But now Diana was tired, homesick, missing William and Harry desperately. She wanted her own bed, her own life. She wanted to be done with this vacation, done with the constant travel, done with Dodi's neediness. Diana was ready to go home, but Dodi had other plans. August 29, 1997, 4 p.m. Dodi told Diana they needed to go to Paris. He had a surprise for her, something special at his apartment. Diana was skeptical. "What surprise?" Dodi smiled mysteriously. "You'll see." Trust me, Diana didn't want to go to Paris. She wanted to fly directly to London. But Dodi insisted. One night in Paris, then London. Diana agreed reluctantly. She always agreed eventually, because saying no required energy Diana didn't have anymore. So they would go to Paris for one night. What could happen in one night? 5 p.m. Diana called William and Harry at Balmoral, the last conversation she would ever have with her sons. William was distracted. Harry was eager to get back to playing with his cousins. The call was brief, perfunctory. "I love you. See you soon." Diana hung up, feeling unsatisfied. She'd wanted to talk longer, wanted to tell them how much she missed them, wanted to hear their voices properly. But they were busy. They were kids. They didn't know this was the last time. How could they know? Diana didn't know either, though later friends would say Diana had seemed sad after that call, like she knew something. Felt something. A premonition she couldn't name. 6 p.m. Diana spoke to her friend Rosa Monckton on the phone. Rosa would later describe the conversation as troubling. Diana sounded tired, depressed. "I need to come home. I need time to think. About Dodi. About everything. I feel overwhelmed." Rosa urged her to come back immediately. "Skip Paris. Come straight to London." But Diana said she'd already agreed to Paris. "It's just one night. Then I'll be home." Rosa had a bad feeling, but she didn't push, didn't insist. Later, that phone call would haunt her. Why didn't I tell her not to go? Why didn't I demand she come home immediately? The what-ifs would torture Rosa for years. 7 p.m. Diana and Dodi had dinner on the yacht. Pasta, wine, candlelight. Dodi was attentive, romantic, planning their future. "When we get to London, let's look at houses. We could live together, be a real couple." Diana listened without responding. She wasn't ready for those conversations, wasn't sure about Dodi, wasn't sure about anything. She wanted space, time, freedom to think. But Dodi kept pushing, kept planning, kept assuming Diana wanted what he wanted. She didn't. But she couldn't say that, couldn't hurt him. So she smiled, nodded, let him dream, while she felt increasingly trapped. 9 p.m. Diana went to bed early. She was exhausted, emotionally drained. She told Dodi she needed sleep, needed rest before traveling tomorrow. Dodi kissed her goodnight, told her he loved her. Diana said it back, but didn't mean it. Not really. She cared about Dodi, enjoyed his company. But love? Number? Diana knew what love felt like. She'd felt it with Hasnat Khan. This wasn't that. This was comfort, convenience, company, but not love. Diana fell asleep thinking about Hasnat, wondering if he ever thought about her, wondering if she'd made a terrible mistake letting him go. She had, but she didn't know yet that it was too late to fix it. August 30th, 1997, 8 a.m. Diana woke up anxious. The bad feeling from yesterday was stronger, more insistent. She told her bodyguard, Trevor Rhys-Jones, "I don't want to go to Paris. Can we skip it?" Trevor said it was already arranged. The flight was booked. Dodi was expecting it. Mohammed Al-Fayed had made arrangements. Diana sighed. Fine, but just one night. Then London. Trevor nodded. He didn't sense danger, didn't feel what Diana felt. To him, Paris was routine. Another city, another hotel. Nothing to worry about. He would regret that assessment for the rest of his life. 10 a.m. Diana and Dodi boarded Mohammed's private jet. Destination, Paris. The flight was short, 90 minutes. Diana spent most of it looking out the window. Quiet, withdrawn. Dodi tried to engage her, asked what she wanted to do in Paris. Diana shrugged. "I don't care." "Whatever you want." Dodi was frustrated. Diana had been distant all morning, unresponsive. He'd planned a romantic evening, a surprise at his apartment. He needed Diana to be present, engaged, happy. But she was none of those things. She was somewhere else. In her mind, in her worries, in her premonitions. 12:30 p.m. They landed at Le Bourget Airport, Paris, a city Diana usually loved, but today it felt heavy, oppressive, wrong. As they descended the stairs from the jet, photographers were waiting. Dozens of them. Cameras clicking, shouting Diana's name. Diana's face tightened. How did they know we were coming? Dodi looked uncomfortable. I don't know. They always know somehow. But Diana suspected. Mohammed had probably tipped them off. He always did. Loved the publicity. Loved the photos of his son with Princess Diana. Diana was being used. Again, by another man. For another man's purposes. She was so tired of it. So tired of being a commodity. A photo opportunity, a tool. 1 p.m. They arrived at the Ritz Hotel. Mohammed Al-Fayed's hotel. His staff. His territory. Diana checked into the Imperial Suite, the most luxurious rooms in Paris. But Diana barely noticed. She'd stayed in countless luxury hotels. They all looked the same now. All felt the same. Empty. Temporary. Not home. Diana wanted home. Wanted Kensington Palace. Wanted her own bed. Wanted to be anywhere but here. But she was stuck. For one more night. Just get through tonight. Then London. Then the boys. Then real life. Just survive tonight. 2 p.m. Diana tried to rest, but couldn't sleep. The anxiety was overwhelming now. Physical, like a hand squeezing her chest. She called her butler, Paul Burrell. I can't explain it, but something feels wrong. Very wrong, Burrell tried to reassure her. You're just tired. Homesick. You'll be home tomorrow. Diana wanted to believe him. You're probably right. I'm being silly. But after she hung up, the feeling didn't go away. If anything, it got stronger. Diana sat on the edge of the bed, head in her hands, trying to breathe, trying to calm down, trying to shake the certainty that something terrible was coming. 4 p.m. Dodi wanted to go shopping, to visit the Villa Windsor, to show Diana around Paris, but Diana refused. I don't want to go out. The paparazzi are everywhere. I just want to stay here. Dodi was disappointed. He'd planned a romantic afternoon, but Diana was adamant. She couldn't face the photographers, couldn't perform anymore, couldn't be Princess Diana for the cameras. She wanted to hide, to disappear, to not exist for a few hours. Dodi went out alone, left Diana at the hotel. She was relieved. Finally, silence, solitude, peace. 5 p.m. Diana called Hasnat Khan, one last time, from the Ritz. She left a message. "I need to talk to you. Please call me back, please." Her voice was desperate, pleading. Hasnat didn't return the call, didn't even listen to the message until days later, after Diana was dead, when he heard her voice. That final plea, the desperation, the need. Hasnat broke down. She'd called him in her last hours, not Dodi. Him. Because Hasnat was the one she wanted, the one she needed, the one she loved. And he hadn't answered, hadn't been there, hadn't saved her. The guilt would destroy him. But in that moment, at 5 p.m. on August 30th, 1997, Hasnat didn't know, didn't answer, and Diana was alone. Again, always alone. 6 p.m., Dodi returned to the hotel, excited, nervous. He had the ring, the engagement ring he'd supposedly bought, or borrowed, or imagined. The story changed depending on who told it, but Dodi believed he had a ring, believed he was going to propose that night. At his apartment, after dinner, he'd planned everything. The perfect moment, the perfect setting, the perfect proposal. Diana would say yes. She had to say yes. They'd announce it to the world, get married, be happy forever. In Dodi's mind, this was certain, inevitable, Diana's destiny. But Diana had no idea. And if she had known, she would have said no, would have run, would have gotten on a plane to London immediately. But she didn't know. So she stayed, and the night unfolded, exactly as Dodi planned, exactly as fate demanded. 7:30 p.m., Diana and Dodi left for dinner at Benoit Restaurant, a Parisian bistro. But the paparazzi were waiting outside, surrounding the car, blocking the entrance, cameras flashing, shouting, chaos. Diana's face went pale. "I can't do this." "Take me back to the hotel." They turned around, returned to the Ritz, would eat dinner there instead, in privacy, away from cameras. The decision seemed minor, insignificant, but it changed everything. If they'd eaten at Benoit, they would have spent hours there. Left late, taken a different route, used different security. The timeline would have been different. Maybe different enough, maybe enough to avoid what was coming. But they didn't go to Benoit. They went back to the Ritz, and from that decision everything else followed. Inevitably, fatally, irreversibly. 9 p.m. Diana and Dodi had dinner at the Ritz, in a private dining room, away from guests, away from staff, just the two of them. Dodi was animated, talking about the future, about plans, about possibilities. Diana was quiet, picking at her food, not eating, not drinking, not present. She wanted this dinner over, wanted this night over, wanted to be home. "When are we leaving for London?" Diana asked. Dodi smiled. "Tomorrow, I promise, but first let's go to my apartment. I have something to show you." Diana hesitated. She was tired, wanted to sleep. But Dodi insisted. "Please, it's important." Diana agreed. She always agreed, even when every instinct screamed no, even when the anxiety was overwhelming, even when she knew, deep down, that she shouldn't go. She went anyway. Because saying no was harder than saying yes. And Diana was too tired to fight. 10:30 p.m., they prepared to leave the Ritz. But the paparazzi were outside, dozens of them, waiting, watching, ready to chase. Dodi made a plan. A decoy car would leave through the front. Diana and Dodi would leave through the back, in a different car, driven by Henry Paul, the Ritz deputy security chief. They'd lose the paparazzi, get to the apartment undetected, have their private moment. Simple, clever, foolproof. Except it wasn't. Because Henry Paul had been drinking, was drunk, was on medication that shouldn't be mixed with alcohol, was in no condition to drive. But no one checked, no one questioned, no one stopped him. And Henry Paul got behind the wheel of a Mercedes S 280, with Diana in the back seat and Dodi beside her, and Trevor Rees-Jones in the front passenger seat, and Destiny in the driver's seat. 11:20 p.m. They left the Ritz, Through the back entrance, the decoy car went out front, drew away some paparazzi, but not all. 7 motorcycles spotted the Mercedes, recognized Diana, started following. Henri Paul saw them in the mirror, accelerated. "Don't worry, I'll lose them." Diana was terrified. "Please slow down, just let them follow, it doesn't matter." But Henri Paul was showing off. Wanted to impress Dodi, impress Mohammed Al-Fayed, prove he was capable, professional, the best. He accelerated more, 60 miles per hour, 70 miles per hour, through Paris streets, at night, in a car he wasn't familiar with, while drunk, while on medication, while being chased by motorcycles with photographers. This was insane, reckless, suicidal, and Diana knew it. "Please slow down," she repeated, but Henri Paul didn't listen, didn't slow down, sped up instead. Faster, faster, toward the tunnel, toward the pillar, toward the moment that would end everything. 11:23 p.m. The Mercedes entered the Pont de l'Alma tunnel, going approximately 65 miles per hour, too fast for the curve. Henri Paul lost control. The car swerved, hit the pillar, spun, crashed. The sound of metal tearing, glass exploding, bodies breaking, and then silence. Terrible, complete, final. Henri Paul was dead, killed instantly. Dodi was dead, killed instantly. Trevor Rees-Jones was alive, barely. His face destroyed, but alive, because he was wearing a seatbelt, the only one. And Diana. Diana was in the back seat, conscious, breathing, alive, but critically injured. Her heart had been torn, massive internal bleeding. She had minutes, maybe less. The paparazzi arrived, started taking photos of the wreckage, of Diana, of death. Before calling for help, before doing anything, they took photos, because that's what they do. That's what they always do. Document, capture, profit, even from death. Especially from death. 11:25 p.m. Emergency services were finally called, not by the photographers, by witnesses, people who had been driving through the tunnel, who stopped to help, who did what the photographers didn't, called for ambulances, tried to help the victims, tried to save Diana. The ambulance arrived at 11:40 p.m., 17 minutes after the crash. The paramedics found Diana conscious but fading. They worked on her at the scene, French protocol, stabilize before moving. But Diana's injuries were too severe. She needed surgery, immediately, but the hospital was miles away. And Diana was dying, right there, in the tunnel, under the cameras, under the weight of her life, her choices, her fame, her circumstances, everything that made her Diana was killing her. 12:40 a.m., August 31st, 1997. The ambulance finally left the tunnel, carrying Diana, driving slowly, too slowly, stopping once because Diana's blood pressure dropped, trying to keep her alive long enough to reach the hospital. But Diana was fighting a losing battle, her body shutting down, her heart barely beating, her life slipping away, in the back of an ambulance, in Paris, alone, without her sons, without anyone who really loved her. Just paramedics, strangers, people doing their job, trying their best. But not enough. Never enough. Because Diana's injuries were unsurvivable, had been unsurvivable from the moment of impact, from the moment Henri Paul lost control, from the moment they entered that tunnel. Diana had been dying, and nothing could stop it. Not skill, not medicine, not prayer, not love, nothing. 2:06 a.m. Diana arrived at Pitié-Salpêtrière Hospital, barely alive. Doctors performed emergency surgery, opened her chest, tried to repair her heart, gave her massive blood transfusions, fought for 2 hours. But Diana's heart couldn't be saved. Too much damage, too much blood loss, too much trauma. At 4 a.m. on August 31st, 1997, doctors pronounced Princess Diana dead. She was 36 years old. She'd been alive 24 hours earlier, standing on a yacht, looking at the horizon, feeling that something bad was going to happen. She'd been right. But knowing didn't save her. Premonition didn't protect her. Fear didn't prevent it. Diana died anyway, exactly as she'd feared, exactly as she'd somehow known. In her last 24 hours, when everything felt wrong, when every choice seemed heavy, when every moment carried weight, because they did, because time was running out, because Diana had less than 24 hours left, and she'd spent them wanting to go home, to see her boys, to be anywhere but Paris. But she'd gone to Paris anyway, had gotten in that car anyway, had entered that tunnel anyway, and died anyway, despite everything, despite the warnings, despite the fear, despite the desperate wish to be somewhere else, anywhere else. Home. From Diana's final phone call to her friend Richard Kay, August 30th, 1997, 7 p.m., Paris time 2 hours before leaving the Ritz. I can't shake this feeling, like something terrible is about to happen. I know I sound dramatic. I know I'm probably just tired, but I feel it in my bones, in my chest, like dread, like doom. I want to go home. I need to see William and Harry. I need to be in my own bed. I need to stop running, stop hiding, stop performing. I'm so tired, Richard, so tired of all of it, of being Diana, of being watched, of being hunted. I just want peace, just want quiet, just want to be normal, even for one day, even for 1 hour. But that's not possible, is it? Not for me, not for Diana. I'm trapped in this life, in this fame, in this golden cage, and I don't know how to escape, except by dying. And sometimes I think that's the only way I'll ever be free, truly free. And I hate that I think that, hate that I'm that desperate, that exhausted, that done. But I am. And I don't know what to do about it except keep going, keep surviving, keep pretending, until I can't anymore, until something breaks, until something ends. And maybe that's tonight. Maybe that's what this feeling is. The end coming, finally, mercifully, terribly. I don't know. I just know something is wrong. And I can't fix it, can't stop it, can't escape it. So I'm just going to go through the motions. Have dinner with Dodie, go to his apartment, pretend everything is fine, and hope I'm wrong. Hope this feeling is nothing. Hope I'm just being dramatic, being Diana, being too much, like always. But what if I'm not wrong? What if this feeling is real? What if tonight is the night everything ends? Then I guess this is goodbye. This call, this conversation, this moment. Goodbye, Richard. Thank you for being my friend, for listening, for not judging, for just being there. I've needed that, more than you know, and if I don't talk to you again, if something happens, tell William and Harry that I loved them. More than anything, more than life. Tell them Mummy was trying, was fighting, was doing her best, even when it wasn't enough, even when it wasn't good enough. Tell them, please, promise me. Richard, are you there? Promise me. Richard Kay promised, but thought Diana was being dramatic, thought she was tired, thought she was fine, thought he'd talk to her tomorrow. He never did. That was the last conversation, the last words, the last time Diana's voice would be heard by someone who cared. 4 hours later, Diana would be dead, and Richard Kay would remember this call forever and wonder if he'd known, if he'd realized, if he'd understood. Would he have done something, said something, stopped her somehow? He'll never know. None of us will. We just know Diana felt it, knew it, predicted it, in her last 24 hours, when time was running out and death was coming, and nothing could stop it. Not love, not prayer, not premonition, not anything. Diana's last 24 hours were just that, last, final, the end of everything, countdown to tragedy, that Diana felt, but couldn't prevent, could only witness, as it unfolded, exactly as she feared, exactly as she knew it would.